Oh, beautiful souls, welcome to Scorpio season. Oh my goodness, has it been a start and a half, hey? I recorded this video a week ago and I was literally about to send it out, and then my guides were like, no, you're just gonna have to go through the first week first. So today's when this is getting released. It's been re-recorded and everything since. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that is on my email subscribe list. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for being with me on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We're going to be doing a little bit more stuff on YouTube going forward. So do make sure that you are subscribed on there with a notification button. And a lot more of the wonderful early birds and the sneak previews are going to come out on email. So do be sure to be subscribed on there. And you get a free little meditation when you first sign up. So just as a little thank you. But we are here to do a season at a glance, a Scorpio season. November, right? I know we're still in October, but let's actually have a look through November as well. What I really adore is that, you know, we've got so much going on. You've probably all felt it already. It's been a powerful week already, right? You know, Scorpio always makes that entrance. I've just got to say, they make an entrance, and this year is no different. So we are going to be looking at what is happening, what the dance of the cosmos is going to be like. So we're going to be looking at, you know, Mercury and Venus, the moon, the sun. We've got eclipses, retrogrades have concluded, but we're still in shadow phases. We're going to really kind of delve into all of that and just see how it energetically impacts, inspires us and helps us, because the thing is that when we start to realize that we are all energy, that we are all vibrating energy waves, right? Connecting with one another, connecting with the sun, the moon, and things like that. When we realize that relationship is just inevitable, we can start to really honor in humble gratitude the magnification of certain characteristics that certain planets and suns and stars, etc., dancing through certain signs can have for us, how it can encourage us to look at certain aspects and to really help us on our journey to bliss, our path to bliss, right? And in the process, clearing away through a few of those little shadows, skeletons, and cobwebs. So, especially with it being Scorpio season, oh, Scorpio is so good at doing that. So let's see here. What do we have first? Let's first talk about the gorgeous Scorpio. So magnetic, intense, passionate, driven, intuitive, right? Scorpio really takes us to the depth of the sea, deeper than any of the other watery signs go, deeper than any of the other signs, really. They really see behind the veil, right? They really see through the darkness things that others can't necessarily see just off the bat. You know, they see so much, but they have the ability to transmute, to transfigure, transform, alchemize in such a majestic way, right? You know, there are so many things that we could say about Scorpio, but really they are the sign of the deep mystery, that deep womb energy, right? You know, they're incredibly artistic and loyal, and so many beautiful things as well. And Scorpio can often get misinterpreted, right? Because when we go through the journey of Scorpio, we tend to find it a little bit tricky, a little bit challenging, or it can do, and that's for a couple of reasons. You know, some people connect Pluto with Scorpio, which is kind of the current planet which governs Scorpio. So you got that birth, death, rebirth. So traditionally there is a lot of birth, death, rebirth that will happen, right, through this season. And, you know, when we look at what Pluto kind of governs and looks at, you know, it really is interesting topics. You know, usually something to do with legal stuff, finances, tax, you know, things like that. But what I really love is that in traditional astrology, you know, Scorpio is governed by Mars, so it brings in this masculine energy as well, this very driven energy, this very purposeful energy, right? And what's really interesting is I'm pretty sure we've got Mars actually going into the sign of Scorpio as well in a couple of days' time, right? So that's really going to bring through this intense project-driven alignment, right, that which is really going to benefit the majority of us, you know. But what I really want to do is I want to have a look at what key dates we've got coming up, right? What is shifting, what is changing, what is transmuting. And I do just want to say as well that for those that are in my private Facebook group, you'll know this already. But there are some wonderful new offerings that that I've been guided to bring forth as well. So quantum manifestation, right? Really bringing in into this timeline what it is you're wanting to manifest. So some really deep Akashic record works, husband mentee work. We've got priest and priestess initiation, light code activation. They're really powerful, really wonderful, really moving, a little bit more advanced because we go into the mysteries and sacred sexuality, things like that. We have the usual angelic guidance where we connect with your teams of light, and the remote healing from the Arcturians and Pleiadians. So if any starseeds are watching, if anyone is feeling drawn to any of those, do feel very welcome just to have a look at my website, aliceheath.com. It's all listed there. And feel very welcome to send me an email at ascension@aliceheath.com if you're just curious about anything and see whether it might be a fit for you, right? But in the meantime, let's actually have a look in this video. Let's go straight into it. You know, we've got Halloween coming up. So I personally tend to work a little bit more with Samhain, which this year falls on the 5th of November, which is quite an interesting date for it to fall on because the turns of the wheel fall in alignment with the sun and how that, you know, is midpoint between the equinox and the solstice. That's when this turn of the wheel is, Samhain. But most people, especially in the Western world, celebrate Halloween, right? Which is more of a, ironically, more of a Christian festival, right? From the Hallows, right? It comes from the... from that honouring of the hallows and martyrs, the past loved ones that have gone before us. The veil is traditionally thin. There is a portal and a space of time. And that's going to be the first thing that we're going to see coming up is Halloween on the 31st, right? So the veil is already thinning, right? We are already seeing through things. We are already connecting or feeling the presence of our loved ones that have departed. If you wish to do something, light a candle, pop it in your window, right? That's what I used to always do. And I always have candles lit anyway, but that's what I used to always do anyway, and it's just really, really nice. So if you are looking to maximize on that Halloween energy, which goes by the Gregorian calendar, then feel very welcome to, you know, just sit in meditation, just call in a loved one if you are wishing to connect with them. They will connect in the most incredible ways. I mean, for example, my godmother, someone signed up to my email list and their name was literally the names of my godparents, right? That email address was literally the name of my godparents. And I was like, oh my gosh, like they are literally talking to me through technology now as well. It's no longer just the clairaudience and clairsentience and everything like that. Anyway, I digress. So Halloween is the first thing that we've got coming up, and that opens this this Halloween or Samhain portal, right, which is very, very powerful. But before we get to the 5th, let's look at the 1st of November. Now, in numerology, that 111, it's an angel number, right? It's divine manifestation. It's that make-a-wish, you know, it's a new chapter unfolding. What do we want to create? What do we want to manifest? Because when we think about, and not even think about, but when we feel into the energy of 111, whenever you see 111 anywhere, everyone's like, oh, make a wish, right? Make a wish. You know, that's what we think of. And that's really what we do have the power to do, is to create in that space and time. Now, it's really interesting because when we have the 111, you know, we have 1111 later, right, which is the 11th of November. And that's got a slightly different energy, a very, very, very magical, very powerful energy. But the 111 I always find a little bit lighter because it really is that that magic. It's a reminder that our angels and our guides are with us. Our team of light is wanting to support us through this space and time. So like I say, and like I've already shared with you and introduced, if you do wish for further guidance and further connection with your team of light, please reach out for an angelic guidance, right? But what I really love about the 111 number, and you're probably seeing this actually, you're probably seeing 1111, 111, 444, 555. There's a lot of changes about, so a lot of people are seeing 5s right now. A lot of people are seeing the 7s and the 8s as well. I did a video a while back on angel numbers, right, and what they mean, so I'll be sure to tag it in the at the end of this video so you can watch that. It's only 10 minutes, but if you're curious and you're seeing repetitive numbers, it's a little bit helpful, so I'll make sure to put that in the end of this video for you to watch if you wish to. But let's see, what else do we have happening here? So going through the dates, the next major thing that is happening is the 4th and 5th of November. That is a new moon in Scorpio. It's also Samhain, right? But that new moon in Scorpio, let's have a look into that. So the moon highlights our inner workings. The moon, she really enhances our feminine energy, right? That's the psychic, the intuitive nature, the emotional nature, right? She really, and I wouldn't say I wouldn't say she controls emotion, because she doesn't, because I know a lot of people are like, when it comes to a full moon later on, they're like, oh, it's a full moon, so this and this. That's not really what's happening. We'll talk about that later on in this video. But that wonderful new moon energy is when seeds are being planted. It's when you really want to, you know, you go through the dark of the moon, which is that the run up to the new moon. We're clearing, we're releasing blocks, we're releasing resistance, right? It's a great time to do soul retrieval in that space and time. It's a really great time to just kind of do fire ceremonies and just release anything that just feels like it's pressing upon us. Because when we get to that new moon on the 4th and the 5th, depending on where you are in the world, it is opening a really beautiful gateway for us to plant new seeds around those things that Scorpio brings us, right? So maybe it is around finances, or maybe it is around business, right, with that Mars influence. Maybe it's about rebirth. Maybe it's something that we want to really kind of completely shift through, right? Really, really incredibly powerful stuff, right? And what I adore about this, so Mars will already be, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Mars will already be in Scorpio as well. So we'll have the Sun, the Moon and Mars. So it's going to be a great time for business type things, right? For that moving forward energy, for anything you want to manifest in that space and time. That's when you want to do it, at that new moon. Sorry, they're just saying yes. You know when you cough and it's like when you can't help it? It's like a sign from your guides that, yeah, take note, right? We're going to bring your attention here. So what else do we have going on? So the 5th of November, remember the 5th of November, right? It's really interesting about that date because, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, I think more and more people are starting to question what we've been told, starting to question where the validity of certain things come from, right? And, you know, when we get told something like, whose truth is that? Is that our truth? Is that really our truth? Or is it something that we've been told, right? And what's really interesting is that, you know, especially here in the UK, and I'm gonna hedge a bet and yeah, I'm going to hedge a bet and say that, you know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, the 5th of November is an important day for many cultures. I don't know why, I don't know the cultures in and out, but I know that energy that comes through here in the UK, you know, it's Guy Fawkes night, right? The story, his story, which always comes from the victor, right? But the history of that day is very, very powerful. And what I do know is that anytime there is a powerful day anywhere in the world, it has this ripple effect and it has the same type of energy that goes through the whole world as well, because we are all connected, right? But what's really interesting about the 5th of November is that, you know, the energy that was there back when the story of Guy Fawkes kind of came about, you know, that energy is very much prevalent now. We feel it right now. Right, so that's really interesting. But anyway, to have the new moon portal then as well, to have Samhain overlapping, and Samhain is this, once again, it's this birth, death, rebirth. The veil is really, really thin. We have the chance to really merge through different veils. And what I'm really excited about is the gorgeous and radiant Melissa Virtue and I. So you'll know Melissa if you've ever attended any of our Priestess of the Golden Age calls. She is such a radiant, deeply into the mysteries and deeply into this ability to alchemize and bring such light in. Her and I are doing a wonderful attunement on Samhain on the 5th of November, Friday the 5th. So details for that are in the description box below. Do check it out because I'm already incredibly excited about it. But it's going to be a very, very, very powerful few days. So be sure to work with that. Be sure to make a note to put some time aside for yourself, whatever that looks like. However you're guided to do that, whatever that looks like, right? What else do we have coming up here? So, and what's really interesting actually is that Mercury has been in retrograde, right? And the retrograde is finished. Okay, the retrograde finished. Mercury is still in Libra, starting to gain momentum, but it's still in its shadow phase. Now, what's really fascinating about that is when you have a planet in shadow phase, is after it finishes a retrograde, it then has this shadow phase before it gets up to full speed again, before it goes direct full speed. Now, Mercury is still in its shadow phase until the 2nd of November, right? So after the 2nd of November, we'll probably feel this weight lifted off our shoulders as well, as we begin to find our articulation a little bit more fluidly, right? As things just start to go a little bit more according to plan in the way that we work and analyze and think and things like that. So something else I just wanted to throw in there. The next best thing coming in here. Oh, And coming back, so just circling back around a little bit here to that new moon energy of the 4th and the 5th, really allow yourself time to sit with your thoughts, sit with the deepness, the depth of what you're being brought from that beautiful influence of Scorpio moon, right? The emotions that you're going to be feeling there's going to be emotions coming up, and that's good. We want to feel the emotions. We don't have to overanalyze them. We just have to feel them so that we can release them, because when we do, that creates space, and that's what we want. We want space to create, because when we create that space, we can bring in more of what it is that we desire, and we all want that, you know, we all want that. We have the 1111 portal coming up next. Now 1111, so I say 111 portal, 1111, it's to do with the dates, right? So 11/1 or 1/11, 1st of November, 11/11 is the 11th of November. It's always been a very, very quantum shifty type of date, the 1111 portal. Last year I did a wonderful, or I facilitated a wonderful attunement and quantum healing with Merlin, and I know this year as well we have another Ascended Master attunement coming up on the 11th of the 11th, so do stay tuned, stay subscribed to my email list to find that out ahead in advance. But that's going to be super, super powerful, because the 1111 brings us this timeline jump. It brings us this like the merging of all different timelines, past, present, future, our mastery lifetimes. You know, so many things coming up, right? So many things. And we've got Jupiter meeting the moon as well, so we've got this expansion energy on the 11th. So it's a really great time to really look at expanding into a higher timeline. Right, so do stay tuned, like I said, for that, because whatever is going to come through for that date, I just know last time the Merlin's attunement was just phenomenal, so I look forward to see what's going to get created and brought through and facilitated in that space and time. So I look forward to facilitating that for everyone. So 11th, the 1111 also brings this ease of attracting, law of attraction, manifesting, just feeling like it just flows like that, right? So that's a great energy to really tune into. So that's why we want to, if you're feeling called to do something to maximize on that energy, having someone hold the space, or having something that you are able to tune into that is in that alignment and focused on that, is just going to help you magnify whatever it is that you really desire. So always wonderful. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Oh, the next big thing we have is actually the 17th to the 19th. I was going to go into the full moon and the partial lunar eclipse, but first I'm going to just circle back here. Doing a lot of that right now. So 17th to the 19th of November, we have the Pleiadian alignment. So the sun and the earth is going to be in alignment with the Pleiades, right? The Pleiades, I absolutely adore them. I offer a healing with the Pleiades because they're so incredible at this heart expansion, heart healing, and just really bringing everything into alignment, all of our beautiful layers of our bodies, right? But the Pleiadians are just so full of this unconditional love that, you know, they're connected with the Hathors, they're connected with Mother Mary, they're connected with many different beings, Isis. I know a lot of these Ascended Masters are connected with other constellations as well, which they are, because everyone and everything is multidimensional. But the Pleiadians, oh, they're just such stunning energies to work with. So between the 17th and 19th, to have that alignment, overlapping this full moon, partial lunar eclipse in Taurus. I love it. I just love, it just feels, I'm tingling all over as I feel into that, as I think about that. But on November the 19th, we have a full moon in Taurus, and it's a partial lunar eclipse, right? Lunar eclipses are all about kind of closing off, finishing, completing cycles which really are redundant now, they're done. But, you know, when we sometimes have that lagging energy, it's kind of still, you know, just kind of still dragging along. Lunar eclipses are great for kind of completely closing that. It's a full moon, so we get to really maximize on the harvest. All the crop that we've grown, the seeds that we planted in the new moon, we get to harvest that. what's more, we get to, you know, because it's going to be a full moon in Taurus, go back to the new moon in Taurus, which was 6 months earlier. What were you manifesting around there? Because we have this 6 month cycle as well. But not only that, the last time there was an eclipse in Taurus was 2014, right? So even take your mind back to 2014, what was happening then? What was started then that is now coming to close now, right? So that's 7-year cycle. What happened in that space of time? What started then, right? And what's ready to conclude. But to honor that wonderful, wonderful energy, once again, there's actually 2 events happening. So we have on the Thursday, the 18th, we have another attunement, a wonderful healing and attunement, which I will be collaborating with the wonderful Melissa Virtue once more. So that is going to be very, very exciting. You can find that. It'll be posted on Melissa's website, but I will be sure to put a link in the description box for how you can stay up to date with that. And that'll come out on my email list as well. And then on the Friday, so lunar eclipse, attunement, healing, really wonderful alignment on the Thursday evening. And then on the Friday, I've had the honor of being invited to co-host the wonderful Carolyne Bennet. If you don't know Carolyne, she is a master manifester. She works with law of attraction every day. She coaches so many people in the law of attraction, and every month she does new moon and full moon ceremonies in her private group, and I've had the honor of being invited to co-host that with her on Friday the 19th of November. So we will be doing a full moon in Taurus ceremony together, and those are gratuitous, right? So those are free. So I will post a link to Carolyne's group so that you can join that space and get to know her a little bit and get to know some of the amazing work that she does. But I'm very excited for all the events that are coming up, because really this season there is so many skins shedding, so many doors closing to open, so many more opportunities, right? And the drive, the focus that is coming through with that Mars and Pluto energy collaborating, combining, is a really great masculine and feminine combination as well. So really, really interesting stuff coming through here. Let's see, what else do we have going on? So this Taurus energy, so the moon in Taurus is very much connected with our sensuality, our sexuality, our finances as well. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus will be, I believe Venus will be in Capricorn by this point, which is very kind of, it's an earth sign, another earth sign, so bringing forward that kind of direction, that governing, right? So it's going to be really, really fascinating to see what comes up and to see how things can shift and change, and to see what wants to close with the lunar eclipse to do with finances, right? And to see what wants to open and be moved into ease. So to have those 2 events as they are, a lot of very powerful stuff coming through. Let's see what else. Then around the 21st, 22nd, it's Sagittarius season, right? And there'll be another video nearer the time to actually go into Sagittarius and everything that'll be happening through December. So I don't want to give too many spoiler alerts here or anything like that. But you know, what's really incredible here is that the next few weeks that we have, like I say, this really kind of deep dive into the veils, into the illusion, into seeing things clearer than we've ever seen things before, with the drive, with the vision to really jump timelines, manifest, clear, and really magnetize as well, because Scorpio is so magnetic, right? If you've ever seen anyone with a powerful placement in Scorpio, you wouldn't know it, because they are magnetic. So if you don't know your birth chart or anything like that, you can go onto any kind of site. You can Google it, go onto astro.com, something like that, and look up your full chart, because it's never really just about the sun sign. It's always about, you know, other things like the moon and the Venus and the rising sign and things like that. But if you've ever met anyone with a powerful Scorpio placement, FYI, I have a powerful Scorpio placement somewhere. But you tend to feel that magnetism to them, and they tend to be able to see things deeper. So they tend to do a lot of work in the Akashic records and things like that, because they can see things that perhaps the individual themselves aren't yet seeing, right? Which can sometimes be a little bit challenging for friends of people with the sun, moon, rising, Venus and Scorpio. But anyway, I digress a little bit. I would love to hear what you're excited for this Scorpio season. I would love to hear what you are what you're expecting to happen, what you're hoping to happen, right? What you're wanting to manifest, because this is the manifestation time, right? It really, really is. Like I say, it would be an honor if anyone is called to just finding out a little bit more, or to actually inquiring or booking any quantum session. Like I say, we've got the new quantum manifestation sessions. I actually facilitated one of these a few days ago, and that beautiful soul has literally not stopped messaging me with how with the alignment that's coming. So thank you to you, if you are watching, for being the first person to receive one of those new sessions. The priestess initiations, like I say, are a little bit more advanced. We talk about, or we go into sacred sexuality, we go into the mystery school teachings and things like that, and we really kind of do some light code activations. There's usually light language involved, so if that calls to you as well, that is available to view on my website. You can buy those as a singular session or in a trilogy of sessions for the initiations. And we're actually offering as well, which I haven't mentioned here, but a soul growth guidance. So where we actually look at where your soul is, right, on its journey, on your journey, right here, right now, where you are up to, okay, and what it is that you're here to do, where you've been in previous lifetimes, what you're going towards, and what key skills that you can draw in. So they are really great kind of check-in sessions to have, to really get focused if you are a light worker, if you are a starseed, if you are someone who is really focused on bringing in this beautiful age of miracles that we are creating right here and now. So I'm going to stop rambling and going on, but I am going to pull some cards. Actually, I've not done that yet, and I did want to do that. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from Queen of the Moon Oracle deck just to have a little look. Let's pull a card for the new moon, the full moon, or the new moon first. We'll do that. Ooh, the darkness. That's exactly it. Look at this. Long night moon. This beautiful, beautiful energy, the dark of the moon. And look at that, this hare, this rabbit there. And really bringing through that fertility. And that's what I always get with rabbit, is that fertility, right? And that creativity as well. And what I love about the darkness of the moon is that, you know, when she is dark in the sky, she's not illuminating things as we might have with a full moon. So when we are in that space, we really are kind of surrounded by things that we may not have seen before, because we may not have spent that time in the shadows. And shadows aren't bad. I just want to say this. I just want to clarify this. You know, the darkness isn't a bad thing. It's from the darkness that we create everything. It's from that womb, that space, that we create everything. And that's a really wonderful energy to tap into. So I love that that is coming through there. And release, of course, the release card came through, right? And what I love about this is the number 27, because usually between the ages 27, 29, you have your Saturn return. And Saturn return is all about that return of karma to complete the cycles. So it feels like this new moon is actually going to really allow us to complete even further karmic cycles and release them once and for all. Let's have a look at the, actually I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to go to Melissa's deck of cards. And if you're subscribed to Melissa's email list as well, because like I say, if you follow me, you probably follow Melissa. And if you've subscribed to her email list, she actually announced the other day that her animal magic cards are going to be out soon, which is very, very exciting. So just doing a little shout out for those, because I cannot wait to get my hands on those so that I can actually look at what rabbit and hare actually means. But let's have a look at the 1111 portal. Let's see what's coming up here for that. Look at that. Unicorn energy. Innocence, trust, honesty, joy, manifesting. Unicorns have a way of really bringing through in no time at all, like literally bringing through what it is that you desire, what it is that you need, whether that's healing, whether that's resetting relationship dynamics, if there's ever been difficulty in any way, shape or form with a relationship that's important to you, of quantum jumping, right? You know, so I absolutely adore that, because unicorn energy is just so beautiful, carries the Christ-light energy, right? Carries all colors, all spectrums, that gold, silver, all spectrums of the light as well, of love, right? They are literally living love, and they just have this innocence and this purity about them. We also have fire coming out here, so we've got this wonderful fire energy coming through for that 1111 portal as well. So we've got this massive transmutation, purification. The fire is focused, it's creative, it's the fire inspires us, the fire brings us up and out of whatever it is that we've been stuck in, right? So the fire is this forward movement, this beautiful motion, right? So I love that energy coming through for the 1111 portal. Now let's jump back to the moon, Queen of the Moon Oracle, and we'll have a little look at what the full moon and that partial lunar eclipse is bringing us. Wow, look at this. Okay. So we have first the path getting created, right? And that's what it is. Look at that number 8 as well, this abundance energy coming in. That full moon is really about that. You're going to be bringing in, being thankful, grateful, gratitude, right? You know, your path is going to be visible. It's going to get seen. You're creating it. You're literally climbing out of wherever you've been, right? You know, you are breaking through. Look, we've got the boundaries card here, but I just want to show you and look at that 12, right? Masculine, feminine, right? You know, makes the number 3, which is alchemy. You know, you've got that unity and that duality. You've got beautiful synchronicities coming through here. And what I love about this is that, you know, this beautiful, and this could be the divine feminine within you, right? Whether you're male, female, with your gender anatomy, it doesn't matter. We all have divine feminine within us. And look, she's there, she's raw, she's naked, she's ready to burst out of this glass ceiling, this bubble, right? And she's bursting out and she's flowering, and that's what is coming through here, right? So what a wonderful, wonderful time. And finally, with the nourishment card coming in as well. And what I love about this is very Taurian energy, and that full moon is in Taurus, right? Because the Taurus being ruled by Venus is all about sensuality. It's all about the senses, what you can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. Literally, you know, what can you taste? What can you smell? You know, how are you interacting with everything on a physical level? It's that wonderful, beautiful physical physicality of things, right? And how can you really nurture yourself, right? Nourish yourself, nourish your dreams, nourish your goals. So having all this coming through, just to extra support for us. And you know, and I've probably mentioned this a few times, and this is the last time I'm going to mention it, I swear, but if you are on my YouTube channel and you are subscribed there, you will see videos specific to the full moon, the new moon, the 1111 portal. You'll see videos specific to these to bring in a little bit of extra detail for you so that you can really work with those energies, and the week at a glance as well, which brings us more specific guidance for the week ahead. But until now, I'm going to leave you with this card, this beautiful abundance card. Okay, look at that. Wonderful abundance. It's all around, it's ready, it's waiting for us. And until next time, I send you all so much love, and I thank you for being here with you. I thank you for your love. Mwah. Bye for now.